loved us enough to come as an innocent fetus. Think about that. At one point, God was a fetus, and he came to save as many as possible. Whereas the devil, he hates humanity so much that he targets innocent fetuses and wants to kill as many as possible. God the Father, a loving Father, gave the life of his only Son for our sake. The devil tricks parents into taking the life of their own sons for their own sake. The blood of God's Son was shed to forgive our sin. The blood of babies is shed through abortion because of sin and to enable sin. God gave his Son to bring us peace. The devil deceives parents into killing their own sons and daughters, believing that will give them peace. It's demonic, and abortion has always been demonic. And you'll find if you read the Old Testament that killing babies has always been a part of demonic false religion. From the beginning of time. In Ezekiel 16, God says this, "Then you took your sons and daughters, the children you had born to me." In other words, those babies belong to me, God says. You don't have a right to kill babies that belong to me. "And you sacrifice them to your gods." Was your prostitution not enough? Must you slaughter my children by sacrificing them to idols? And that's what people do today. The majority, overwhelmingly of the time when abortions take place, it's because of sexual promiscuity, and people don't want to deal with the consequences of that. They'd rather kill than stop doing what feels good. And that's what's going on here. In John chapter 10, Jesus said, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." So here we see how we should think about life and death. Pro-choice versus pro-life. Christians, we are pro-life because Jesus is pro-life. The devil is pro-death. That's his purpose. And abortion is part of his purpose. As a church, we are pro-life because Jesus is pro-life. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and that is what abortion does. It steals a child's future. It destroys a baby's body. It kills a human life. There is no such thing as a pro-choice Christian. Let me say that again. There is no such thing as a pro-choice Christian. Maybe that confuses some of you, and you're like, well, I know some people who are Christians, but they say they're pro-choice. No, let me clarify. There are foolish Christians who think they're pro-choice. There are confused Christians who think they're pro-choice. There are fake Christians who claim to be pro-choice. Well, how do you know which ones are fake? I can't know. God will sort that out. But nobody who actually follows Christ, which is what Christian means, Christ follower, would choose to cooperate with the devil's scheme to bring about death. So you can be a foolish Christian who doesn't understand the truth, but nobody who loves Jesus loves the thing that God hates. And God says this in Proverbs, that God hates hands that shed innocent blood. It's very clear. To be pro-choice is to passively cooperate with the devil's plot. That's called aiding and abetting. Aiding and abetting. And a pro-choice Christian would be aiding and abetting evildoers who break God's law in the most egregious way. So this is not going to be a sermon about why abortion is wrong, because I think 99% of you already believe abortion is wrong. The difference comes into what we should do about that. And then there's a variety of responses to this recent decision about Roe v. Wade being overturned. And so I'm here to talk about how we should respond to this news that Roe v. Wade was overturned. Let me talk about some of the types of responses that I saw.